Good morning, Central Florida. James here, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of Walk and Talk. So in today's video, I want to talk about something that I get asked a lot. So as you know, I'm doing low carb, and this applies to whether you're doing carnivore, keto, any type of low carb thing. People are going to say, well, how are you going to deal with the cravings? I want my bread, pasta, cookies, crackers, whatever it is that you think that you are going to crave, okay? How are you going to handle those cravings? Because now you can't have any of this stuff. Oh my gosh, we're going to die. Well, let me explain to you, in my experience, what's happened. Now, me, I love bread, rice, all these things that you were worried about. I was worried about it too. I was like, I love my Chinese food. How am I not going to have my fried rice and all this stuff, okay? But let me explain to you what happens, at least what happened to me. Think of a food that you don't really like. Think of a saltine cracker, right? If I said, you can't eat these saltine crackers, would it be the end of the world? Like, you're not going to crave saltine crackers, right? If you didn't have them, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Well, what happens is once you train your body that you don't need these carbs, okay? And once you go about 2 weeks or so without eating them, the craving goes away. And all these cravings that you think that you're going to have are going to just disappear. So things that you used to crave are now going to be like turning down a saltine cracker. It's not going to take that much willpower to say, I don't want this, or I don't want that, or whatever it is. So that's one really, and it's really weird. And unless you've done this lifestyle and experienced this, then it's hard to explain. Like, I can tell you, oh, you're not going to crave donuts. And you're like, oh my God, I love donuts, blah, blah, blah. But then when you start, you're like, oh, I really don't crave. Because you're really not that hungry when you're doing this. Because your body is using fat. So when you're not really hungry, you don't really crave things. Think about when you really crave something. When is it? It's when you're starving. You're like, oh my God, I want everything. Cheeseburgers and pasta and all this stuff. Morning. But if you don't have that, then, if you're not, sorry, people were walking by. If you're not super hungry, it's a whole lot easier to be like, oh, I don't want to have pizza. I'm okay with having whatever. And so it's this weird phenomenon that happens when you start doing this. And it's something just you have to experience. But that is one great thing about this, is that you don't realize how addicted you are to food. You think you crave XYZ, but you don't. You're craving the response you get from eating the sugar and the carbs and that, because your body, how can I explain this? So your body is using carbs for fuel, okay? So your mind is saying, okay, I need carbs for fuel, and what I don't use, I'm going to store as fat. When you're doing low carb, your body says, okay, I'm using fat for my fuel, and I already have a bunch of it, so I don't really need to trigger those responses that are going to say, hey, I'm hungry. You also don't have, these foods have so many chemicals in it, and these companies make these processed chemicals and put them in the food so that you want to eat it. So your brain is telling you, and it's not just sugar. Like, a lot of people think, oh, it's just sugar. Yes, sugar's super addictive, and they put it in there, your body wants it. It's like a drug. It is a drug, really. But these processed chemicals and artificial flavors and things like that is to trick your brain to say, I want more of that. But when you're relying on fat for fuel, and your body already has it, right? You're not super hungry. Your brain isn't triggering, oh my gosh, I want this, or I want this, or I want this. Where can I get this sugar high or whatever? you don't have it. Now, I just want to give an example, because a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, how can you not be hungry? What do you mean? You know, even if you're a lean person. So an average weight person, I'm not talking obese, just an average run-of-the-mill body type person, right? Has about 100,000 calories of fat that can be utilized by the body at any given time, okay? Now think about that, 100,000 calories. So if you were to go, let's just say you eat 2,000, let's just say 2,500 calories a day, okay? But you got 100,000 calories on you. How many days could you really go like without food? Now obviously you can't bring it down to zero, you'd be dead. But what I'm trying to say is you don't need that much food, because you have so much food on you, especially if you're overweight. And so when people are like, how do you handle these cravings? It's easy, because it's like turning down a saltine cracker. Could you turn down a saltine cracker? If you can turn down a saltine cracker, then you're going to do fine. Now, if you have a saltine cracker addiction, well, find another food, but I bet you your addiction will go away. I don't know too many people with saltine cracker addictions. But the point that I'm trying to make is, don't be scared and think that you're going to be, wishing that you had all these foods. Now I'm going to say, I'm not telling you you're never going to take and have a craving. I have a 4-year-old and there's snacks all over the house. Goldfish, crackers, Doritos, like peanut butter and jelly crustable things that are amazing. But it's not that hard. I mean, I can literally pour something on his plate that I can't have, that I used to would pour some on his plate and take a handful for myself. But now it's not that difficult. I just, we're slowly trying to get him on a less processed diet, and but we're slowly transitioning him to that. But the point that I'm trying to make is, now I can pour him, make his meal, and not even pick up one to even snack on. So I just want to take and reiterate this again. If you're considering doing a low carb style, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to be that hungry, so you're not going to have all these cravings that you think that you're going to have. However, you are going to have to willpower through maybe the first couple days and start to get your body adjusted, and you have to make sure that you are doing it correctly. If you just say, I'm going to cut out all my carbs, I'm eating nothing but chicken breast, you will fail. 100%. You will fail. And then you'll be like, oh, low carb didn't work for me, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So if you want help, let me know. Message me and I'll do my best. Or go on YouTube. There's 1,000 videos out there that will tell you. But just be assured that you're not going to take and have these crazy cravings that you think. You're not going to be starving. Like, you're going to be full all the time. Most days I eat and it's like I'm not even that hungry, but I'm just eating because I know that I need to get some food in my system, because it's 5 o'clock at night and I don't want to be hungry at 10. So I eat. But I only eat 2 meals a day and I'm full all day and I feel great even after I eat. It's just amazing. But anyway, let me know what topics you want me, or questions or opinions that you want me to share in these little, I'm gonna try to keep it around 10 minutes or so. Just something I can do while I'm out here walking, and maybe I'll move it to live streams or something like that. I don't know yet. So, but anyway, so just to reiterate, doing a low carb style, as long as you do it correctly, you will not have cravings. They will go away. You will not be hungry if you do it correctly. and you are going to feel fantastic. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree, disagree? Have you tried low carb? What craving did you have? How long did you do it? Did you do it correctly? Leave all that information below. Drop a like on this video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next walk.